Begin each day as if it were a gift, wrapped in golden light, not a burden, but a blessing. For the rising sun is a silent promise that you can begin again. To the one who strives, the universe opens doors. Invisible to the idle action is the soul's declaration that it is alive and reaching for the heights. No man ever becomes great without discipline, for without mastery of self, there can be no mastery of life. Let your thoughts be like trained soldiers, not wild animals, for what the mind thinks, the heart becomes, and what the heart becomes, the life reflects. We are made wise, not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. Live forward with eyes clear and soul steadfast. A man's worth is not measured by the weight of his words, but by the depth of his deeds. Speak with your life, and let silence echo your virtue. Let the fire that tests you become the fire that forges you. Let adversity not destroy, but define. Each time you choose courage over comfort, you grow. Each time you rise instead of retreat, you build the scaffolding of greatness. Do not seek to avoid pain, seek to transcend it, for pain is often the sculptor that chisels away all that is false to reveal what is real. The man who asks is a fool for a moment, but the one who does not remains so forever. So ask, so seek, so knock. When the soul is aligned with virtue, no enemy can shake you, no storm can break you, for you become the calm in the chaos. He who knows others is intelligent. He who knows himself is enlightened. Dive deep, for the treasures lie within. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Be the one who lifts, who strengthens, who refines. Do not fear that your life will end. Fear only that it will never begin. Fully, truthfully, nobly. Time is a river, and you are the swimmer. Resist, and it will drown you. Flow with awareness, and it will carry you to your destiny. The mind is everything. What you think you become. So guard your thoughts. As a gardener guards his seed, every man has two lives, and the second begins when he realizes he has only one. Do not waste it. Do not drift. Live deliberately. Let your conscience be your compass. Let your purpose be your North Star, and let your legacy be your light long after you are gone. The strength of a nation begins in the soul of its citizens. Build yourself, and you build a better world. If you would be free, then bind yourself to principle. If you would fly, then anchor yourself in truth. Wisdom is not knowing many things, but knowing the right things at the right time, in the right way. You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Adaptation is power. The flame that burns within must not be hidden under fear or doubt. Let it blaze, let it guide, let it warm all who wander near each morning. Say to yourself, today I will encounter arrogance, deceit, envy, ignorance, but none of these can harm me unless I let them, for I control my response. The key is not to avoid struggle, but to become the kind of person struggle cannot defeat. Let every hardship be your teacher. Let every scar tell a story of survival, of victory, of becoming. What you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but what is woven into the lives of others. Live memorably by living meaningfully. Do not live as if you had 1,000 years. Live now, live wide, live true. The best revenge is not anger, but transformation. Become so good they can no longer ignore you. To lead is not to command, but to serve. With wisdom, with humility, with vision. The greatest generals win battles without blood. It is not the load that breaks you, but the way you carry it. Shoulders up, head high, heart steady. The man who looks outward dreams. The man who looks inward awakens. Begin the inward journey and find the universe. What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters. compared to what lies within us. Unlock that, and you unlock everything. If your path is difficult, it is because your calling is higher. Rise to it, climb it, conquer it. You are not born for comfort, but for greatness, not for pleasure, but for purpose, not for applause, but for truth. The goal is not to live forever, but to create something that will, a word, a deed, a ripple, in the hearts of men. Act as if what you do makes a difference, because it does, to someone, to somewhere, to something eternal. The reward of patience is more patience, but within it grows strength that cannot be shaken and peace that cannot be stolen. Let your philosophy be your shield. Let your values be your sword, and your mind be your battleground for freedom. The more you sweat in training, the less you bleed in battle. So train your soul daily. We live not to escape death, but to honor life, to fill each breath with meaning and each step with grace. The path to greatness is not through comfort, but through struggle, not through applause, but through discipline. A foolish man seeks happiness in the distance. A wise man grows it under his feet. You will never find peace in the external until you've made peace with the internal. So turn inward and begin. Endure, not because you must, but because that is who you are. Born of fire, forged in challenge, destined to rise. When the soul is aligned with virtue and reason, nothing can disturb its peace, not insults, not injury, not injustice, for it stands like a mountain, unshaken by the winds. He who learns but does not act is like a man who tills the earth but never plants the seed. Let your knowledge bloom into action. No external thing can make you happy unless your soul is already in harmony with itself. Joy is not found in possessions, but in presence. Seek not to be better than another, but to be better than your former self. Compare only to the man you were yesterday. The wise man is not moved by praise or blame. He walks his path with quiet confidence, knowing that the truth is its own reward. Let your days be counted, not by length, but by depth, by the moments you lived fully and the truths you dare to face. You become what you give your time to, so give it to things eternal, to thoughts that build, to actions that heal, to silence that speaks wisdom, begins in wonder. So question, so marvel, so seek, for those who wonder are never truly lost. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. By giving all, by holding nothing back. True wealth is the freedom to live in accordance with your values, to speak with integrity, to walk without fear, to rest with a clear heart. It is not things that trouble us, but our judgments about them. Change your perspective, and you change the world. A man is great, not by power, but by purpose, not by command, but by character. To live wisely is to live simply, to know what is enough, to find joy in what is, rather than despair in what is not. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a battle you cannot see. Your compassion may be the light they've been seeking. Do not carry the past like a chain. Let it be a teacher, then release it and walk lighter. He who is brave is free. Fear binds, but courage unchains the soul. Each act of bravery is a step toward liberation. If you would rule, first rule yourself. For what good is it to conquer the world if chaos rules within your chest? The most powerful person is the one who has mastered his own desires. For to control others is strength, but to control oneself is true power. Let silence be your response to ignorance. Let peace be your reply to provocation, for calm is the sign of mastery. No man has the right to be idle while there is injustice, while there is suffering, while there is truth yet untold. Rise and speak. Purpose is the breath of the soul. Without it, we wander. With it, we awaken. A foolish man seeks safety in crowds. A wise man finds it in solitude. Do not fear the stillness, for in it you will hear your calling. Let your dreams be vast, but your steps be steady, for even mountains are climbed one stride at a time. A man does not drown by falling into water, but by staying there. So rise from sorrow, from failure, from fear, and breathe again. There is a season for planting, a season for waiting, and a season for harvest. Trust the rhythm of life, but always tend your garden. The fire within can never be extinguished unless you abandon it. Fan it daily with courage. Feed it with wisdom. Be slow to anger, quick to listen, steady in purpose, and gentle with yourself, for you too are still learning. Even the smallest star shines in the vastest night, so do not think your light is too faint to matter. Let your word be your bond. Let your promise be sacred. Let your handshake speak truth. Life's greatest freedom is to choose how to respond. No matter what is done to you, no matter what is taken, you still control your reaction, and in that is your strength. The greatest journey is not across oceans or mountains, but from fear to love, from doubt to wisdom. If the path is clear, you are likely on someone else's. The worthy road is often steep, lonely, and uncertain, but it leads to truth. Trust not the flatterer, but the one who dares to speak truth, even when it stings, for only the honest can sharpen your soul. You are a guardian of your mind. Stand watch against envy, against vanity, against self-pity. Do not let them enter. There is no greater victory than mastery of self, no louder applause than the silence of inner peace. Speak little, but speak light. Act often, but act with depth, for words vanish, but deeds echo. What you practice, you become. So practice courage, practice kindness, practice patience, until they flow like breath when all else is unclear. Let virtue be your guide. It does not fail. It does not fade. It points, ever true. A wise life is built on 3 pillars: reflection, discipline, and compassion. Let your past be the soil from which wisdom grows. Do not live there, but learn there. Then move forward, rooted but not shackled. There is no shame in stumbling, only in choosing not to rise. Every fall is a chance to stand taller. Live as though each act were to become a universal law, for, indeed, it does in the universe of your soul. To pursue excellence is not arrogance, but reverence for the gift of life. He who is not a slave to pleasure or pain is truly free, for nothing outside him rules him. Each sunset is a whisper that time moves on, so forgive, so let go, so begin again. A noble life is a quiet revolution against the noise of mediocrity. Let truth be your foundation. Let love be your force. Let virtue be your compass. The measure of a person is not in how they shine in comfort, but how they endure in trial. Be like the eagle who flies above the storm, not caught in it, but rising with it. Live not in pursuit of pleasure, but in pursuit of purpose. Pleasure passes, purpose endures. Know this: the soul that seeks will find. The heart that knocks will be answered. So seek, so knock, so rise. If you felt inspired by our journey through the Hellenic horizons, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.